Ladies and gentlemen, I have a challenge for you, one that could transform your life in ways you never imagined. For just 3 days I want you to take control of your words, not just what you say to others but what you say to yourself. Because the words you choose are the architects of your future. They are the building blocks of your destiny. If you wake up saying, "I'm tired, I don't think I can do this," or "life is hard," then you have already handed your power over to failure. You've already built a wall between yourself and success. But what if for just 3 days you changed that? What if for just 3 days you spoke like a person who was destined to win? Say this instead: I am strong, I am capable, I am a magnet for opportunity, I have everything I need to succeed within me right now. I am disciplined, I am focused, I am unstoppable. You see, when you speak in the language of success, your mind has no choice but to follow. The moment you command victory with your words, your thoughts align, your actions shift, and suddenly, life begins to open doors you never even saw before. For just 3 days, refuse to entertain doubt. Refuse to speak about what's missing. Instead, affirm what's coming. Replace every complaint with a declaration of faith. Instead of, "I don't know how," say, "I will find a way." Instead of, "I am struggling," say, "I am growing through this challenge." And here's what will happen. Your energy will change. People will notice. Opportunities will appear. You will begin to feel an unstoppable momentum building in your life. Some will say, "But I don't believe it yet." That's exactly why you must do this. Because your subconscious mind does not know the difference between truth and a lie. It only believes what you tell it over and over again. So for 3 days, tell it a story of success, a story of power, a story of the person you are becoming. The world is shaped by those who speak with conviction, by those who dare to declare their greatness before the evidence arrives. Be that person. Speak like the champion you were born to be. Talk like this for just 3 days and I promise, you will never want to speak any other way again. Your future is listening. What will you tell it? From the moment you wake up in the morning to the time you close your eyes at night, you are shaping your destiny with the words you speak. Whether you realize it or not, every sentence you utter is like a seed planted in the soil of your subconscious mind, ready to take root and grow into reality. Some people plant seeds of success, confidence, and abundance, while others unknowingly plant seeds of doubt, limitation, and failure. The difference between the two is not luck, nor is it intelligence. It is the discipline of speech. The most successful individuals in history understood this principle. They knew that the way they spoke about themselves, their circumstances, and their future had a direct impact on their results. When you say, "I can't do this," you are not just describing a temporary struggle. You are programming your mind to accept defeat. When you say, "I don't have enough," you are reinforcing a mindset of scarcity that keeps you trapped in lack. Your mind is like a powerful engine, but it only follows the instructions you give it through your words. Think about the people around you. Have you ever noticed how those who constantly complain about their problems seem to attract even more problems? They say things like, "Nothing ever works out for me," or "I never get a break." And what happens? Life continues to deliver exactly what they expect. Their words create a self-fulfilling prophecy, reinforcing the reality they claim to hate. But on the other side, there are people who seem to have an unstoppable momentum in life. They speak in the language of success. They say, "I always find a way," or "Every challenge makes me stronger," and life responds to them in kind. The power of your words is not limited to external success. It also influences your emotions and internal state. If you constantly say, "I am exhausted," your body will respond with fatigue. If you repeat, "I'm overwhelmed," your mind will spiral into stress and confusion. But if you choose different words, if you say, "I have the energy to accomplish what matters," or "I am in control of my time," you will begin to feel the shift. Your words dictate how you feel, and how you feel dictates how you act. Scientific research backs this up. Studies in neuroscience have shown that the brain is wired to respond to language. When you repeat positive affirmations, your brain strengthens neural pathways associated with confidence and success. The more you affirm something, the more your brain believes it to be true. This is why top athletes, world-class entrepreneurs, and leaders in every industry train themselves to speak with intentionality. They understand that their words are not just sounds, they are commands to the subconscious mind. Most people live their lives unaware of this power. They speak carelessly, using words that sabotage their own potential. They complain about things they don't want, not realizing that their focus is creating more of the same. But those who master their words master their future. The difference between those who succeed and those who struggle is often found in the words they choose to speak. Every time you open your mouth, you are either reinforcing a mindset of abundance or one of limitation. Most people unknowingly speak in a way that keeps them trapped in lack. They say things like, "I can't afford that," "I'm not lucky like others," or "opportunities never come my way." What they don't realize is that these words are not just observations, they are commands to the subconscious mind, instructions that shape reality. The mind does not distinguish between what is true and what is repeatedly spoken. When you say money is hard to come by, your mind accepts it as a fact and begins filtering your experiences to confirm that belief. You overlook opportunities, dismiss ideas, and sabotage your own potential because your mind has been programmed to expect lack. But when you shift your language, you shift your reality. Instead of saying, "I can't afford that," say, "How can I afford that?" Instead of, "I never get lucky," say, "I create my own luck through preparation and action." These small changes in language create massive shifts in thinking. And when your thinking changes, your results follow. Abundance is not just about money, it is a mindset that applies to every area of life. People who live in the language of abundance don't just talk about wealth, they talk about possibilities. They don't say, "I don't know the right people." They say, "I am building relationships with the right people." They don't say, "I'm stuck." They say, "I am finding my way forward." This kind of speech rewires the brain to seek solutions instead of problems, to find opportunities where others see obstacles. Words are energy. They carry a vibration that affects not only your mind but also the people around you. Have you ever noticed how some people attract success, partnerships, and opportunities effortlessly? It's not just because they are talented, it's because they carry the energy of abundance in their speech. They speak of their future with certainty, they affirm that great things are coming their way, and because they believe it, they take actions that align with that belief. Look at the most successful individuals in history. They did not speak about their limitations, they spoke about their vision. They talked about what was possible, even when there was no evidence to support it. They declared their success before it arrived. This is the power of speaking in the language of abundance. Your words create a pathway for the results you seek. Many people resist this idea because they think it means denying reality. But speaking in abundance is not about ignoring challenges, it's about choosing to frame them in a way that empowers you. Instead of saying, "I am failing," you say, "I am learning what doesn't work." Instead of "I am struggling," you say, "I am growing through this phase." This shift does not just change how you feel, it changes how you act. The words you use daily are either building you up or tearing you down. Most people don't realize that the simple act of speaking negative words can shape their reality in ways they never intended. The mind is like fertile soil. It does not question the seeds that are planted, it simply nurtures whatever is sown. When you speak words of doubt, fear, and limitation, you are planting weeds in the garden of your mind. Those weeds grow quickly, taking over and choking out the potential for success, joy, and prosperity. Negativity in speech is more than just complaining about a bad day. It's the habit of reinforcing what you don't want instead of focusing on what you do want. When you say, "I always fail," you are training your mind to expect failure. When you say, "I'm not smart enough," you are convincing yourself to stop learning and growing. Your words act as a script that your subconscious mind follows, and since your mind cannot tell the difference between truth and repetition, it simply accepts what you say as fact. Take a moment and think about how often you use negative language. How often do you say, "I can't," "I'm tired," "I hate this," or "I'm not good enough." These phrases seem harmless, but they are reinforcing patterns of limitation. Even casual complaints such as "nothing ever works out for me" or "I'm just unlucky" create a cycle where the mind looks for proof to validate those statements. And when the mind believes something to be true, it creates actions and behaviors that align with that belief. Negativity is also contagious. The words you use influence not only yourself, but also the people around you. Have you ever been around someone who constantly complains? Their energy is draining, their presence feels heavy, and before long you find yourself adopting the same negative mindset. This is because words carry power. They spread like wildfire. When you eliminate negativity from your vocabulary, you not only transform your own life, but also uplift those around you. This is not about ignoring reality or pretending problems don't exist. It is about choosing to frame your words in a way that empowers you, instead of weakens you. Instead of saying, "I can't do this," say, "I am learning how to do this." Instead of, "I always mess things up," say, "I am improving every day." Small shifts in language make a massive difference in your mindset, and when your mindset changes, your results follow. It takes discipline to break the habit of negative speech. Most people have been programmed from childhood to speak about limitations rather than possibilities. They were told, "That's not realistic," or "Be careful, don't expect too much." Over time, they adopted these limiting beliefs as their own. But once you become aware of this pattern, you have the power to change it. The first step is to catch yourself when you use negative language, and consciously reframe your words into something positive and constructive. Every single day from the moment you wake up, you have a choice: to speak life into your dreams, or to allow doubt to creep in and steal your potential. The words you tell yourself first thing in the morning set the tone for your entire day. If you wake up and say, "I'm tired," or "I don't feel like doing this," your mind follows that command and your body responds with sluggishness and resistance. But if you wake up and declare, "Today is my day, I am strong, I am capable," your mind takes those words and turns them into energy, confidence, and action. Affirmations are not just words, they are powerful instructions to the subconscious mind. The subconscious does not differentiate between reality and repeated belief. It simply accepts what you feed it. That's why so many people remain stuck in the same patterns, year after year. They affirm their fears more than their greatness. They say, "I'm always broke," "I'm not good at this," or "nothing ever works out for me." These are affirmations too, negative ones. And just like positive affirmations, they program the subconscious to act in alignment with them. The most successful people in history have used affirmations, whether they called them that or not. They spoke about their success before they saw evidence of it. They declared victory before they had the proof. Muhammad Ali repeatedly told the world, "I am the greatest," long before he became a world champion. His words conditioned his mind for greatness, and his actions followed. This is how the mind works. It obeys the commands you give it consistently. Affirming your greatness is not about arrogance, it's about self-belief. It's about training yourself to expect success instead of failure, to see possibilities instead of obstacles. If you tell yourself every day, "I am becoming stronger, I am attracting the right opportunities, I am unstoppable," you will start to feel a shift. Your energy will change, you will carry yourself differently, you will walk into rooms with confidence because your mind has already accepted success as your reality. But affirmations alone are not enough. They must be spoken with conviction, and backed by action. You cannot simply whisper, "I am successful," while doubting yourself internally. You must say it with power as if it is already true, and then you must take action to prove yourself right. If you affirm, "I am disciplined," but do not act with discipline, your mind will not believe you. But if you affirm it and then follow through, your subconscious will start to accept it as fact. And discipline will become natural to you. Most people use affirmations inconsistently, and as a result they do not see the full effect. But if you commit to affirming your greatness every single day, without fail, you will begin to see transformation. Your words will shape your beliefs will shape your actions, and your actions will shape your destiny. The words you choose to focus on determine the direction of your life. Every person faces challenges, setbacks, obstacles, and moments of uncertainty, but the difference between those who rise above and those who remain stuck is found in their language. Some people speak only of their problems, reinforcing their difficulties, while others train their minds to focus on solutions. Those who constantly talk about their problems unknowingly trap themselves in a cycle of negativity, while those who seek solutions open the door to progress and success. When you complain about a situation, your brain registers it as a signal to stay where you are. It does not search for ways to move forward because you have already declared that the situation is beyond your control. If you say, "I can't figure this out," your mind shuts down, accepting that statement as truth. But if you say, "There is a way and I am going to find it," your brain immediately begins scanning for solutions. The difference between success and failure is often as simple as shifting from a mindset of problems to a mindset of possibilities. Think about the conversations you hear daily. Most people talk about what's wrong. The economy is bad, opportunities are scarce, life is unfair. They reinforce negativity without realizing that their words are shaping their experiences. But if you listen to the language of high achievers, you will notice something different. They acknowledge challenges but they don't dwell on them. Instead they ask, "What can I do to improve this situation? How can I turn this around? What resources do I have right now that I can use?" These questions activate the mind's problem-solving abilities and put them on a path toward success. Science supports this concept. When you focus on solutions, your brain releases chemicals that enhance creativity and problem-solving skills. But when you dwell on problems, stress hormones flood the brain, impairing clear thinking and making it harder to find a way forward. This is why people who constantly complain often feel stuck. They have trained their minds to see barriers instead of opportunities. But when you shift your language, your entire reality begins to change. One of the most powerful habits you can develop is eliminating problem-focused speech from your vocabulary. Instead of saying "this is too difficult," say "what steps can I take to make this easier?" Instead of saying "I don't know what to do," say "I am learning what to do." These small shifts in language create massive shifts in mindset, and when your mindset changes, your actions follow. Highly successful people are not free from challenges. They simply refuse to speak about them in a way that gives them power. They do not waste time complaining about what they cannot control. Instead, they invest their energy into what they can control. This habit separates those who achieve greatness from those who remain in mediocrity. Success does not happen by chance. It is not reserved for the lucky few or those born into the right circumstances. It is created, built, and shaped, first in the mind, then in words, and finally in action. Your words are the bridge between your thoughts and your reality. If you speak powerfully with certainty and conviction, your mind and body will follow. But if you speak weakly, with hesitation and doubt, you will struggle to take the necessary steps toward your goals. Every great leader, every successful entrepreneur, every world-class athlete, understands the power of commanding success with their words. They do not speak as if success is a possibility, they speak as if it is a certainty. They do not say "I hope to succeed," they say "I will succeed." They do not say "I wish I could achieve this," they say "I am achieving this." This shift in language is not just about positive thinking. It is about reprogramming the subconscious mind to align with the reality you want to create. Your subconscious mind is always listening. It does not argue, it does not question, it simply absorbs what you tell it repeatedly. When you say, "I am not good enough," it accepts that as truth. When you say, "I am destined for greatness," it begins to seek ways to make that true. This is why successful people speak as if their goals are already accomplished. They tell themselves, "I am capable," "I am worthy," "I am unstoppable," and their actions follow. Think about the words you use daily. Are you commanding success or are you inviting failure? If you say, "I hope things work out," you are leaving your future to chance. But if you say, "I make things work," you take control of your destiny. If you say, I always struggle, you reinforce struggle. But if you say, I find solutions and rise above challenges, you program yourself to overcome obstacles. Your words are not just reflections of your beliefs, they are the architects of them. History proves that those who command success with their words often achieve it, even when others doubt them. Look at the world's greatest achievers. They spoke their victories long before they saw them. They did not wait for permission to believe in themselves, they declared their success in advance. This is not arrogance, this is the law of the mind. What you speak with conviction, you begin to believe, and what you believe, you act upon. Most people speak passively about their goals, which is why they never fully commit to them. They say, I hope to start a business, instead of, I am building a successful business. They say, I wish I could be wealthy, instead of, I am creating wealth. That small shift in language makes a massive difference in action, energy, and results. When you begin to command success with your words, you take control of your life in a way most people never will. Success is not only about talent, knowledge, or hard work, it is also about certainty. The people who achieve the greatest results in life are not necessarily the smartest or the most skilled. They are the ones who believe in their vision so deeply that they speak it into existence with absolute conviction. They do not hesitate, they do not second-guess themselves. When they declare something, they do so with power, and the world responds accordingly. When you speak with uncertainty, your mind registers doubt. It begins to question whether you are capable, whether you deserve success, and whether you are truly ready for the life you desire. Doubt weakens your energy, slows your progress, and invites hesitation. But when you speak with certainty, you activate an unstoppable force within yourself. Your mind shifts into alignment with your words, and your body follows. Think about how people react when they hear someone speak with conviction. When a leader speaks with certainty, people listen, they trust that person. They are drawn to them because certainty is magnetic. On the other hand, when someone speaks hesitantly, when they use phrases like, I think I can, I hope this works, or, maybe I'll try, it creates uncertainty in the minds of others. If you do not sound convinced of your own success, why should anyone else believe in you? This principle applies to every area of life. If you want to succeed in business, you must speak about your vision as if it is already happening. If you want to excel in your career, you must talk about your skills and ambitions with confidence. If you want to improve your relationships, you must communicate your thoughts and feelings with certainty. When you speak as if something is already true, your mind begins to find ways to make it a reality. There is a reason why the most powerful speakers in history all had one thing in common: conviction. They did not just say words, they owned their words. Their tone, their energy, their body language, all of it reflected complete belief in what they were saying. This is why people followed them, believed in them, and trusted their message. Their certainty created momentum. But certainty does not mean arrogance. It is not about pretending to know everything or refusing to learn. It is about trusting yourself. It is about knowing that no matter what happens, you have the ability to figure things out. When you say, I am capable, I will succeed, and I have what it takes, you are not making empty statements. You are setting a foundation for your future. Many people sabotage themselves by speaking hesitantly. They weaken their own position before they even begin. Instead of saying, I think I can do this, say, I will do this. Instead of, I hope I succeed, say, I am succeeding. These small shifts in language change your mindset, and when your mindset changes, your actions follow. Doubt is the silent killer of dreams. It sneaks into your mind through the words you speak, slowly chipping away at your confidence, your belief, and your ability to take action. The most dangerous part? Most people don't even realize they are doing it. They think they are being realistic or cautious, but in reality, they are speaking themselves out of their own success. Listen to how the average person talks about their goals. They say things like, I'll try my best, hopefully it works out, or, I don't know if I can do this. These words may seem harmless, but they are laced with uncertainty. And uncertainty weakens your ability to succeed. The subconscious mind listens to every word you say, and if you speak with doubt, your mind will hesitate when it's time to take action. Doubt creates hesitation, hesitation leads to inaction, and inaction results in failure. Successful people do not speak in doubtful terms. They do not say, "I hope I succeed." They say, "I will succeed." They do not say, "I'll try." They say, "I am doing this." This may seem like a small change, but it makes a massive difference in how the brain processes information. The moment you remove doubt from your language, you send a clear message to your subconscious mind that success is not just possible, it is inevitable. Your words shape your level of confidence. When you speak with certainty, you build trust in yourself. If you repeatedly say, "I always find a way," you begin to believe it, and when you believe it, you start acting in ways that make it true. But if you constantly say, "I don't know if I can do this," you will hesitate at every challenge, second-guess every decision, and never fully commit to your own potential. Doubt also affects how others perceive you. People are naturally drawn to confidence and repelled by uncertainty. If you speak as if you are unsure of yourself, why would anyone else believe in you? Whether you are applying for a job, starting a business, or trying to influence others, your words set the tone for how people respond to you. If you say, "I think I can do a good job," you sound uncertain. But if you say, "I know I can do a great job," you create confidence not just in yourself but in those listening to you. Eliminating doubt from your language is not about arrogance, it is about taking control of your own success. It is about refusing to let fear dictate your future. The moment you stop giving power to doubt, you start stepping into a mindset of certainty. Instead of saying, "What if I fail?" start saying, "What if I succeed?" Instead of saying, "I hope I'm good enough," declare, "I am more than enough." This shift in language rewires your brain, strengthens your belief, and sets you on a path where success is not just a possibility, it becomes your reality. One of the most powerful shifts you can make in your life is to start speaking as if your success is already guaranteed. Most people talk about their goals in the future tense. "One day, I'll be successful," or "I hope I can make it." While these statements might seem positive, they actually create distance between you and your desired outcome. When you speak about success as something that will happen someday, you subconsciously push it further away. But when you speak as if it is already yours, you rewire your mind to start acting in alignment with that belief. The most successful people in history spoke about their dreams as if they were already accomplished. They did not say, "I hope to win." They said, "I am a winner." They did not say, "I want to be wealthy." They said, "I am creating wealth." When you adopt this way of speaking, you eliminate hesitation, and program your subconscious mind to work toward your goals with certainty. Instead of hoping for success, you start expecting it. And expectation is a powerful force. It shifts your mindset, strengthens your actions, and attracts the right opportunities into your life. Your subconscious mind does not differentiate between reality and a deeply held belief. When you repeatedly affirm something as true, your brain accepts it and begins working to make it a reality. If you say, "I am confident," even when you don't feel that way yet, your brain starts adjusting to that identity. If you say, "I am a successful entrepreneur," your actions start reflecting that belief, and you begin making decisions as a successful entrepreneur would. This shift in language is not about lying to yourself, it's about conditioning your mind to operate at a higher level. Think about professional athletes. Before they even step onto the field, they have already visualized their victory. They don't go into competition hoping to win, they go in knowing they will win. They speak and think as champions before they have the trophy in their hands. This mental conditioning gives them an edge, making them perform with a level of certainty that others lack. The same applies to every area of life. If you constantly say, "I am becoming more skilled every day," you will naturally put in the work to improve. If you say, "I am attracting the right people into my life," your energy shifts in a way that draws positive connections. If you say, I am in control of my destiny. You start making choices that align with success instead of waiting for circumstances to change. Many people resist speaking this way because they feel they need proof before they can declare something as true, but that is the mindset that keeps people stuck. If you wait for external validation before you believe in yourself, you will always be waiting. True success comes when you decide right now that it is already yours. When you speak as if your success is inevitable, you move through life with a confidence that transforms not just your mindset, but your results. Momentum is the secret force behind all great achievements. It is what turns small actions into unstoppable progress, what transforms effort into mastery, and what separates those who succeed from those who remain stuck. And the fastest way to create momentum in your life is through the words you speak. Every word you say is either fueling your momentum or slowing it down. When you speak with confidence, determination, and belief, you push yourself forward. When you speak with doubt, hesitation, or negativity, you stall your progress. Most people do not realize that their own words are either speeding up their journey to success or keeping them in a cycle of inaction. Momentum is built through consistency. If you wake up every day and declare, "I am moving forward," your mind starts searching for ways to make that statement true. If you tell yourself, "I take action every day," you create a habit of progress. But if you repeatedly say, "I just don't have the energy," or "I'll start tomorrow," you train your brain to accept stagnation. The words you speak become the fuel that drives your actions. Successful people understand this principle. They do not wait until they feel motivated to take action. They create their own motivation through their words. They say, "I am getting better every day," and then they take the steps to prove it. They say, "I am disciplined," and their mind aligns with that identity, making discipline easier to maintain. They understand that momentum starts with the decision to speak as if progress is already happening. Think about a snowball rolling down a hill. At first it is small, barely moving, but as it rolls it gathers more snow, gains speed, and becomes unstoppable. Your words work the same way. A single positive declaration might seem small, but if you repeat it daily it gathers power. If you tell yourself, "I am committed to my success," every single day, that belief strengthens. Your actions follow your words, and soon, you find yourself taking bigger steps with greater confidence. The mistake most people make is waiting for circumstances to change before they change their words. They say, "I'll believe in myself when I start seeing results," but that is backward thinking. Results come because you believe in yourself first. If you want success, you must speak as if you are already on your way. You must let your words push you forward instead of holding you back. Momentum does not require massive effort. It requires consistency. Small, daily declarations of progress create a powerful force that moves you toward your goals. If you keep speaking about movement, you will keep moving. If you keep speaking about success, you will start seeing it unfold. It is not magic, it is the way the mind works. Whatever you focus on expands, and whatever you declare with conviction starts shaping your reality. The words you speak are not just sounds. They are forces that shape your reality. If you change the way you speak, you will change the way you think. If you change the way you think, you will change the way you act. And if you change the way you act, your entire life will begin to shift in ways you never imagined. For the next 3 days, commit to speaking only in a way that moves you forward. Speak as if your success is already guaranteed. Affirm your greatness with conviction. Remove doubt from your language. Focus on solutions, not problems. Let every word you speak build momentum toward your goals. If you do this, just for 3 days, you will feel a shift. Your energy will change, your confidence will grow, and once you experience that transformation, you will never want to go back to your old way of speaking. Your words are the key to unlocking your potential. Use them wisely. Speak powerfully, and watch how quickly your life begins to change.